What's up and welcome to my warm-up video. Okay, so today I will go through my entire warm-up that I do on an almost everyday basis and guide you through the movements as I do it. Now, if you're a beginner, this warm-up in itself would be quite a nice workout for you to do. Okay, so what you can start with, this is if you're a super duper beginner, like super new to working out. If you just focus on doing this warm up the way I'm telling you how to do it, for the first week or so, or the first week and a half or 2 weeks, this can be a regular everyday workout in itself, because there are a lot of coordination drills, there are a lot of mind muscle connections that I will be telling you to put your focus on, and these are the things which are the building blocks to your future in fitness. Okay, so all the movements we learn here will just help you build a better foundation so that whatever movements you do later on when you advance, you'll do it correctly. Cool? So let's get started. Now, what I like doing is, I like going from the neck all the way down, and again, the movements that we do, make sure that they are slow, make sure that they are controlled, make sure that you are feeling everything moving in the right ways. Okay, make sure your mind is really there on each movement. So for example, when I tell you to do rotations, you're not just going to rotate, you are going to be active, whole body is going to be tight, you are going to only move the part of the body that you are supposed to move. So if it's a rotation, you are only going to move at the shoulder. Okay, I don't want to see random empty repetitions, I don't want to see swinging, nothing like that. It's all control and mind muscle connection. Cool? And one more thing, we'll constantly be holding the ground with our feet. We will keep our legs tight, our glutes tight, core nice and tight throughout the movements. So let's go. So we start with the neck. So we will drop our neck behind first and we'll do half rotations for 5 repetitions. So neck back, 1, all right, and then down. Excellent. Now we will look left and right, and finally we will look up and down 5 times on each side again. And up and down. Great stuff. Now we're going to imagine that we are in a room, okay, and we're going to imagine that the walls are coming in and trying to smash us in the room, okay, but we are stronger than those walls. So instead of hunching up like this, we stand strong, keep our core tight, hold the ground, keep all your leg muscles and everything nice and active. Here, hands to the sides, too close to my wall. Yeah, so the walls, they are coming in and they are trying to smash me. So the moment I'm stopping, boom, all this is very active. I'm stopping the walls, stopping the walls, stopping the walls, stop the walls. Now I'm stronger than those walls. So push those walls back and keeping the push active, keeping your elbows straight, you're going to make 20 circles. 1, 2, 20 in the other direction as well. Okay, so if you're a super duper beginner, take a small break over here because you feel all this burning a lot. But if you're good to continue, just continue. Okay, so the goal for doing these 3 movements, this is one, the second one I'll show to you right now, and the third one I'll do it after that, is to try and do them back to back without taking a break between. Okay, so it's 20-20, then we'll do forward 20-20, and finally up 20-20. Okay, so let's get through the forward one. So here, now the wall is coming in from the front, so very tight. Okay, so you notice I went from loose to boom, tight. Wall stopped, push, 20. Before we continue, I've got you. Okay, I'm pretty sure you're standing like this right now. Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, I see this a lot, so that's how I know you're doing it. So what you want to do is when you push, make sure that you're not hyperextending and standing and doing the movement like this, because that keeps everything core and your back is in a very weird position like this. So you could hurt yourself. So when you do it, make sure that your butt is out, glutes are tight, quads are tight, and then you do the movement. Okay, so now since I stopped, let's continue. Push and 20 in the other direction. Make sure your elbows are straight. Alright, and without stopping, we'll keep our hands here, parallel to each other. Okay, imagine that the ceiling is coming down now, or imagine you have something very heavy in your hand. You've got it. You're going to activate your legs, squeeze butt, push, up, 20. And 20 in the other direction. Alright, it doesn't matter how strong you are, these always get difficult to do because you are super duper pushing. So the stronger you are, you just keep more intensity in your push, you just keep more intensity in your push and in the active feeling. So that's about it. Okay, so we've taken ourselves now from being very tight. Shake it up a little bit, okay? That's what she said. Cool, and now we've gone from being loose to tight again, okay? Hands here, squeeze your hands shut. Imagine you have rocks in your hand that you're trying to smash. Smash those rocks. Good stance, strong stance. My chest is active, shoulders are active, everything is nice and strong. Now I'm just going to lift one hand up while putting the other hand down. 10 on each hand. Okay, now I'm going to stand nice and strong. Keep standing nice and strong. I'm going to imagine that there's a rope that's attached to my hip and someone's standing behind me and they've pulled a rope behind. Okay, so what I'm going to do is stand strong, tight. Imagine there's a rope attached to my hip over here and that rope is it's pulling my hip behind. So I am bending, yes, but I'm not bending because I am actively trying to bend. Okay, so if I just bend at the hip, this is what it looks like. Okay, and will I do a few more? Alright, and if I feel the rope is pulling my hip behind, this is what it looks like. Similar movement, but one, it's starting by drawing the hip behind, the other is started by bending. So we don't want to bend, also we don't want to round. Okay, so keep your back nice and strong, pull your traps together here and pull your hips behind. It's a very important move to learn. It'll carry over into a lot of movements that you're going to do. So when you're in this position, again, you don't need to be as deep as I am. You don't need to be as deep as I am right now. Okay, go with where you're comfortable. So if it's here, go here, but focus on form and quality. Okay, so here, up, we raise our elbows up and we just extend, flex. Keep tightness throughout. And stand back up. We continue the tightness and super tight and we make 10 circles. And then the other way. Right, hands tight again, and now you just imagine we have a very wet towel that we are trying to dry. So up and down, up and down. Nice. Shake your hands up again. Again, these are really good because it doesn't matter if you're strong, you just end up squeezing tighter. You just end up being more rigid through the movement. That's it. Alright. So now we're going to stand with our legs apart. Quads tight, glutes tight, that never changes. We're going to slowly lift our elbows up like this. Up to you to keep your hands closed, you can keep them pointing, completely your call. But what you're going to do is, now imagine that your lower body and your upper body are two separate parts. So everything above the waist is free to move in tightness and with control, and everything below the waist you're going to think is stuck in cement and it's not going to move at all. So tightness, tightness, up. Now we're just going to make a twist from everything above the hip. So one. This is the movement. What you shouldn't be doing is this. Too often I see people do this. Right now we're trying to counter that. So we tight, tight, just everything above the hip is moving. Also, you should imagine that you should be so rigid that if someone's shaking you, you're not wobbling all around the place. If they're trying to shake you, you're moving with tightness all over, okay? So keep that tightness throughout the body. Try and use just your stomach muscles, your core muscles to do the movement, while your hip is bracing against the movement. So here, tight, tight, tight. Alright, now we will continue with a similar movement, but this time we are going to move our entire body. So we hold tight, walls to close. Okay, same movement, but now when we move here, we will extend the hand that is in front of our body, and the hand that's going behind, we will pull it back. Okay, so it's like a bow and arrow movement, but here, pay attention to my legs as well. Whenever I turn, I'm not twisting over my knee, so it's not this movement. I'm allowing my leg to open, reach and point. Look at my leg opening, other leg follows, boom. Other leg follows, and make sure you're not reaching like this, because far too often I see people overreach. You want to be in one plane, your body is just doing this and your arms are just doing the reaching. So let's go. Great. Now be tight again. Alright. Hold. You make a few circles on the hips. So let's go for it. Butt squeezed, tight. Then the other way. Notice how I'm keeping my legs rigid. I'm holding the ground still. I'm not just making circles. I'm keeping tightness in my body and making the circles with great tightness. Awesome. Keep standing strong. Take your one leg, your left leg, and keep it in front. Keep the other leg behind you, but like an L, okay? So one leg is facing here, the other leg is facing here. Now, you're going to keep everything tight as usual. I will say this time and time again because you don't want to forget it, okay? Keep your whole body nice and strong. Let your body constantly face forward direction, so facing straight ahead where my leg is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to very gently put all my load onto this leg, keep my hips tight. The leg that's behind me, I'm going to lift, rotate, down, lift, rotate, back. Okay, I'm going to do this 5 times. So here, Okay, so pay attention to a few key things. If you notice, my leg is strong and I'm not letting my whole body do the movement like this. Okay, it's a very strong movement, so you want to keep this tight. So I'll tell you what this movement does. I shall show it to you first and I'll tell you what the movement does. So I'm facing you, I'm loading the leg, rotating. Pay attention to what my ankles and my knees are doing right now. You'll notice that even though my leg is moving, there's a lot happening over here, here, trying to adjust and not let my leg go inside and outside. So the great thing about this warm up is the twisting motion. If you look at my knee, if I just let my body go, there'll be a lot of twisting movement happening at the knee. So the fact that I'm trying to stop that movement, it means all the small little fibers that are connecting over here on the knee bone, they're trying to stabilize the rotational force that's happening. It's not letting it move, but it's trying to stay tight and counter that movement. So this movement just helps build very strong bulletproof knees. So whatever movement you're doing in the future, and if it involves rotation, it's strong rotation. You build that little bit of an elastic energy as well in it, where you can use different movements, more dynamically and safely. So strong, tight, facing you, rotate. Alright, and the other leg, strong, facing forward, holding the ground and rotate. Find your balance. Excellent. Now we will keep our legs. So stand normally, take one leg, put it behind. If you notice, the moment I put it behind, I'm always keeping my leg a little soft as well. It just helps. Okay, so keep your leg soft, keep your muscles tight, leg behind here. Now what you're going to do is 10 times you're just going to bring your right leg to your right butt cheek, but you're not going to bring your knee in front when you're doing it. So when you're doing the movement, here, you're just curling up, curling that down. Down. Okay, it's not this. So pay attention to what you're doing. Also pay attention how you're standing. Make sure you're not hyperextending your knee and doing the movement. Next up, make sure that when you're holding the ground, your knee and your foot, okay, the arch in your foot is not collapsing, because the moment you let it collapse, your knee goes out of position. It's quite a drastic change. So this just changes the way the entire hip, leg, spine, everything gets connected to the floor. Make sure you're tight. Cool? So tight, tight, 10 times. Here, other leg. Great. Similarly, we are going to now lift up like this, tight body, and just extend and back. Again, you want to make sure that you have great control in the body. So when I stand, this is a very common mistake that I see. I'll show you all the common mistakes and how to do it. So first I'll start with the mistakes. People lift their legs too high first and they lack the mobility in their hamstrings and their glutes. So when they push their leg forward, they end up doing this as well. So they end up going like this. Okay, this might put a lot of stress on your lower back. Also, it's not the movement that we are doing. So make sure you don't do that. Make sure when you do it, you're standing strong, you're here, straight body. It's just flexion and extension of the knee. Cool. Another thing that people do is they go too high with their leg. So sorry, they end up dropping their knee down. So when you're doing the movement, a lot of people just go like this. Okay? We're not dancing right now. So we're not in a club, we're not doing movements, so we are dancing or kicking someone. Okay? So let's start with the left and then we'll do the right. So strong, knee up. 1. Squeeze your quads for a second whenever your leg is up. Great stuff. Keep standing. Lift one knee up again. Now we're going to try to spread our toes apart. Okay, so just like I'm opening my fingers like this, we're going to try and do the same thing with our toes. So lift, spread your toes. You feel very weird under your foot, whenever you're doing it, because it's something that we're not used to doing, especially because we have football all day, or we just don't spread our toes anymore, which is kind of shitty, but learn to spread your toes again. Cool? Your whole foundation becomes stronger when you learn to spread your toes. It increases the surface area that you have to stabilize and everything. So whenever you're doing lifts, so yeah, learn to spread your toes, very important. So it's up, spread your toes apart, and 10 circles with spread toes. Okay, so you're trying to do this, but with your toes. And then the other way. And down and up. Spread toes. Then. And great stuff. Now we'll do a little bit of hip and entire leg movements. So stand again strong, cool. What we're going to do is we're going to first flex the foot behind us, bring the knee up, extend your leg and come down on the ball of your foot. So down like this. Cool. 1. So we'll do 10 on each leg. 2. Yeah, pay attention to how my knees are also not going in like this. Okay, this movement is very detrimental to you if you don't want to be doing it, because what I've seen is a lot of times when people squat as well, when they're so used to letting that internal rotation happen, when they get up, they end up squatting like this. So the fact that you're trying to counter these movements from happening, too much drool, trying to counter these movements from happening, it really works on stabilizing all these areas where energy comes out of the body, and it helps keep the energy right in there. It helps keep you very rigid and strong for whatever you're going to do. So I think we are on number 3. So let's go 3. Okay, now similar movement, but this time we'll take our leg from outside to extend and down. 10 and 10 each leg. So 1, control. Excellent. Alright, so after this, what I usually go into is slightly more workout specific stuff, or I directly start the workout, or I say if I'm doing plyometric work, or if I'm doing some sort of running work, or if I'm doing lifting work, then I'll probably go under the bar, and with no weights on the bar, I'll do a few reps. I'll open out a little more depending on the specific activity that I want to do. If it's just pull-ups, push-ups, squats and leg extensions, I'll straight away go into it. So after this, I'll be recording workout vlog number 7 again. By the way, for those of you who didn't know, this is the second time I'm making both these videos. The other day, like yesterday, I shot the entire workout. I shot the entire warm-up. Actually, I started with the warm-up. But I ended up shooting the warm-up with some stupid candy effect on the phone. So everything was super pink. Yeah, pink. So today it's just a t-shirt. But after that, when I went to shoot my workout, I accidentally pressed stop on the video recorder. And I stopped my workout and I didn't record an entire 2-hour section where I was talking, giving tips and everything. And I feel really stupid, but it's part of the learning experience. So great stuff. So like I said, after I do this entire warm-up, I go into a more specific drill depending on what I'm doing for the day. Or I straight away start my workout if I'm feeling really good and strong. Or I'll go under the bar with no weights, do a few repetitions, feel how the bar feels everywhere on the trunk, on the glutes, on the hips, anything that I want to open up, I'll open up a little more. And then I start my workout. So again, if you're a beginner, if you notice, I'm already sweating a little bit while doing my warm-up, and even though we didn't really, do that much endurance work and stuff like that, this is how a warm-up should be, okay? A warm-up should firstly get you hot, get blood flow to all your working muscles, unlock all the neuromuscular pathways that you have going on, make sure that your body is ready for movements. So putting on a little bit of a sweat during your warm-up means that you're most probably doing a pretty decent warm-up, and it means that your body is actually getting a little warm, and that's why it's called a warm-up. So yeah, great stuff. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you on workout vlog number 7 now, okay? And if you're watching this video and we're not doing workout vlog number 7, that's because I'll be tagging this video on all my workouts, because I think showing the entire warm-up before every workout will become a very long video. So I'll probably just finish my warm-up in the back somewhere and start recording on my workout starts. Or if you would like to see me do the warm-up every time I work out, let me know in the comments. Cool? But for now, I'll just like this. So take care, have a good workout. And if you're a beginner, do this, just do this and do the stretching routine that I'll also be tagging into the description of the video. So do this, do the stretching routine. Make sure you're doing this for at least a week and a half, 2 weeks, till you learn what your body does, till you understand what the good basic movements are, and you learn mind-muscle connection, you learn how to be safe, because all these things will build a great foundation. You learn to keep your hips stable, knees stable, ankles stable, everything strong. When you move, you need to not swing the weights, okay? We never want to do repetitions where we are just jerking our body all around the place. Every repetition should be strong, should be powerful, should be with great control, okay? So yeah, this warm-up really helps you learn to build that great control that you need and build a good foundation for your future movements. So take care and thank you for tuning in. Let's start workout vlog number 7 now.